I'm Cedric,
I'm Donovan.
and we're BummersPHX. I don't think we really have set roles. We just do whatever needs to be done. But I think Donovan's more of the designer, and he gets things into like the digital format. And then I guess I'm more of the packaging and advertising, stuff like that. So my favorite design, probably this one actually. What is it called? Family Vacation. We had a guy that we really liked on Instagram, and we just DM'd him, and we collaborated with him. He's Alejandro Fuentes, and we just had this basic idea of a postcard and saying like "Welcome to the authentic disappointment" and stuff like that, and that was kind of the end result. So I really liked how it turned out. Well, I think it all just starts from like a quick sketch. Uh, like it's just an idea we have when, I don't know, like when I'm driving, I'll think of some ideas and I'll just write it down, or just like laying in bed trying to go to sleep and you think of something, and then once we have sketches, we'll usually come together and try to make that into something digital, and then we'll see if it's worth printing and stuff like that. So.
I mean, I have a little bit of a different process myself. I always have an inspo folder on my desktop, and if I see something I like, I just toss it in there. I probably have like 50,000 images in there now, but if I want to design something, I open up my Illustrator, okay, and I make a tabloid landscape layout, okay, and I usually do 2 artboards with about like maybe 200 pixels of gutter, and then I'll slam a few of those images that I find kind of inspirational in, and then I'll just start designing stuff. And I mean, with jitters, that's what I did. I mean, I made like the fun little eyes. I mean, they're not really fun, they're like tired, but yeah, it's just like I can just make a design and then we can apply it to something. So I have a lot of unused stuff that we just haven't touched at all.
Yeah, I think our biggest roadblock is just money, because if we had the money to print whatever we want, we'd probably have 100 items out like easily, but it's just a matter of money, which is kind of sad, but it's the truth. Well, this hoodie was our main thing for this year so far, and then we kind of put it on the back burner for a little while, but we're working on a zine, and it'll be a non-profit zine, and we'll donate all the proceeds to an environment. Well, I guess we decided the National Park Service. We'll just donate all that, and anything else, and just basic designs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really busy with work and school.
Yeah, so just whenever we have inspiration, we just write it down for later, I guess. The best part is wearing something you like. Like wearing something that you 100% support and enjoy. I also like if I think of an idea, I know how to make that into something physical. I think some people just don't know where to start, and so now that we've started, I think we can do a lot of stuff that other people may not feel encouraged to do.
We were in Boy Scouts together for a very long time. We're both Eagle Scouts, which, I mean, I don't know. Not a lot of people appreciate that, but you know, I think it's cool.
I think.
And then I guess we just like started hanging out outside of Scouts, and we kind of just developed a friendship. And then, I mean, not until the last few years we've started getting more into like sharing music and artwork and like designs and stuff.
Yeah, we just found similar interests, and so kind of clicked that way. And then, I guess to answer your other question about how Bummers started, well, what was it? The summer between sophomore and junior year, well, for me, I was supposed to go to Japan, but things just didn't pan out. And so that summer in itself was kind of a bummer to me, and I didn't really have anything to do. And so we just decided to start a clothing brand that summer and called it Bummers.
Why didn't it pan out, Cedric?
Well, I got my passport stolen at the airport, so yeah, that wasn't very fun. So. Yeah, I think our main thing was just to create designs that are artistic but still affordable to people. I mean, all our t-shirts are $15 and our hoodie is only $35, so I think that's really reasonable. But I still think we're making products that people would like to wear. And we also make sure to print up to, 3XL? And we print down to small, so anybody and everybody can wear our stuff.
And I mean, I personally really like the whole American made aspect, because I try to keep everything local. So we print locally. I mean, I design, so I guess we design locally. Except for the guy from Colombia.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, and then all our products are American made, so. I like where it's going personally. I mean, I don't think you can really judge people about fashion just because it's such a personal thing to people. So we can't really tell people what to do and what not to do. Otherwise, they'll just, I don't know, they'll just do it more, I guess. So I think I'm pretty laid back about that. I guess fast fashion, I don't really like. I like buying things for like a long time. I want it to last. So
H&M.
H&M, yeah. I don't really like H&M just because, I mean, they had a recent lawsuit where they tried saying that all illegal street art can be used copyright free. So I really don't like that, and just their clothing in general, I'm just not a big fan of.
I mean, I'd like to expand, because I want our clothing to be accessible to anybody that wants to buy it. But I mean, for now, we're pretty local. I mean, we have friends and family and followers outside of the state that buy stuff. I mean, with this design, we shipped it out to Colombia. But I mean, yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, I think even if Bummers doesn't pan out, it's like we've learned a lot, and it can be a good stepping stone for something else. Like we've been looking into starting our own record label and getting more into film and video and stuff like that. So even if it doesn't pan out, it panned out, I guess. You know, I don't know if I can really answer that. Like, I think right now it'd probably be more art and film and video and stuff like that. But I have been looking into like embroidering clothing and like stitching and sewing and all that. So I guess we'll just have to see.
So at the moment I'm studying for a Bachelor's of Applied Science in Visual Communications and Graphic Information Technology. I wouldn't call myself an artist as much as I am a designer. and I kind of look at design as more of a mix of art and architecture, because it's building stuff, you know. So like, not just making designs that go on shirts. Like, I do web stuff, I do a little bit of video stuff, magazine publications, lots of UI and UX design, which is user interface and user experience. So like the apps you use, the sites you use, their layouts, and that's the industry I work in at the moment. I work at a web design firm. In the future, I'd like to kind of stray away from that because I like to specialize in branding. So by then, I hope I graduate ASU with my Bachelor's of Applied Science. In 10 years, maybe be married and have a kid on the way. Maybe. And have a stable job. And just be around people that I enjoy.
I would think so, yeah. But I think it's good for us, because if we didn't feel pressure, then we would just never design anything. And so, I think it helps us, yeah. I mean, obviously it can be frustrating at times, but it's for the better.
Well, I mean, financially, nothing really. I don't take any money out of it. I've only put money into it. I don't think either of us have taken any money out of it. And I think once we grow bigger, I just want to start, like, donating the money and stuff, you know. I don't want to make I don't want to become rich off of this. I'd like to help people. And I feel like if I have a job and I'm having a stable income, I don't need the extra income. It can help some other people that are trying to get through tough times.
I think that's kind of a tough question. I don't think we are. I think, I mean, our designs are pretty easy to comprehend. I think it's not making a huge statement, but it's more of just, we want this accessible to everybody. So I think people can understand that when they see the price tag. So.
I don't think there's any competition, and I mean, I don't really care. I think there are tons of brands constantly starting up, and you know, if people support them, then it's good, you know. Like,
yeah,
I'm into capitalism. I support some competition.
Yeah, I mean, and I've helped a couple of my friends do like screen printing, and like I've taught them a little bit about the whole process. So I'm all for, like, I don't want us to sell stuff just because nobody else can. I want to sell stuff just because people like it. So.
I also don't like what you said with the sharing information. I'm not really into the people that just hold back and just don't want any competition. They just don't want to talk about like how you can get started and stuff. Like, if anybody has any questions, like I can answer them. Like, if I don't know about them, then you know, that's difficult. But yeah.
Well, we're on Instagram and Twitter, BummersPHX. Website, bummers.co, not com.co. Yeah, just if you want to make something, make it. There's always going to be roadblocks, but just overcome them, I guess, somehow.
I graduated high school already, of course. I'm in my second year of college. And high school is not very fun. So I say power through it, and then try and make your own shit like after, you know, because there's too much censorship and stuff in the public school system. But after that, you can be your own person.